I just played the harmonized C major scale and chords there. And I think this lesson will be great for the beginner into probably intermediate, late intermediate stage. This is really, to me, really important stuff to learn. And I think from a beginner standpoint, what's great about learning what I just played is that you're only using 3 strings. These shapes aren't too incredibly challenging to do. And you're playing linearly on the neck. So, which for a lot of you, if you're teaching yourself at home, what I find is most people just tend to play, their open chords, never get past the 3rd fret and do things up here. So it's important that we start learning to use the whole neck as soon as possible. That's a big thing when I teach. That's what I try to do. I try to get people to immediately start using the whole neck, playing linearly. So what I did here was, I'm not going to get too deep into what's going on. I just want, but I'll explain here. So, a triad is 3 notes of a triad. You make a triad by taking 3 notes of the scale, of a major scale. So 1, 3, 5 are the notes that you take from a major scale, the 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th note. So this is a C. I'm playing C, E, G. This is the 10th fret of the D string, the 9th fret of the G string, and then the 8th fret of the B string. So just those 3 strings. C, E, G. And then I moved up here to D minor, which I'm playing the 10th or the 12th fret of the D string, and then I'm barring down on the 10th of the B, the G, and the B string. So 12 of D, 10 of G and B, with my index barring down on those 2. Again, it's the same 3 strings. So now we have D, F, A. That's D minor. Now when you make a minor chord, you got to flat the 3rd, right? So 1 flat 3 5. So some of you may know that, and some of you may not. Now I could go up to E minor a whole step, right? Same shape. I just moved it up 2 frets. I get E, G, B, and now I can move it down here. The same thing, just an octave lower. So I'm at the 2nd fret of the D string. All right, E, G, B. Now the next chord is F, F major. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 3rd fret of the D string, 2nd fret of the G, 1st of the B. That's an F chord, F, A, C. And then my next chord's G, the same shape, moved up a whole step. So 5 of D, 4 of G, 3 of B. G, G, B, D. A minor's next. This is like the D minor and E minor shape. So ring fingers at the 7th of the D. You're barring down on the 5th of the G and B. Go to our diminished chord here, B diminished, so that's at 7 of the D, 5 of the G, 4 of the B. B, D, F, B, D, F. And then I'm back home to C, where we started from. Start over. So C, D minor, I'm going to go down to E minor here, E minor, F, G, my A minor, B diminished, and back to C. Okay, so now, you've learned that. Now what do you do with it, right? For most of you out there, it becomes something that's right there is what you do. You just run it up and down like a scale, and it never becomes anything more than that. And I don't say that to criticize or anything. It's just I see this from my teaching. I teach every day, and you start to recognize that people just treat things as exercises, and they don't, make them musical. And I'm guilty of that too when I was learning. I'm just passionate about really getting people to try and be musical with what they learn, so it becomes something more than just an exercise, right? So what do you do now? What do you do with this, what you just learned, to make it musical? Well, there's a few different things we can start doing right away. We can take a progression of the chords that we learned. So essentially, take what we just learned, but play it in a different order of chords, right? And then what we do rhythmically, too, with our right hand can change things up, right? Okay, so, the most common chord progression in Western music is the 1, 4, 5. So if I start on C, C, D, E, F. So F is the 4, and then after F would be G. So C, F, and G. That's the 1st, the 4th, and the 5th note of the C major scale, and we're just assigning those 3 major chords. That's how it is. The 1, the 4, and the 5 are always major. So now if I go back to what we learned, and I play the first chord, the C, then I jump down to the 3rd fret, and the 2nd fret, and the 1st fret of the D, and the G, and the B. That's F. And I go up a whole step with that to 5, 4, 3. That's G. So there's our 1, 4, 5. C, F, G. And what's cool about this is it's the same shape. So I'm just taking this same shape and just moving it down. Now you can already tell, like, you already heard me picking, you know, I was like, more of a 16th note, and right, what else could you know, I could start doing, like, it's a little bit more challenging there, but that's going to be hybrid picking here with the right hand. So my pick's taking care of the D string, and my middle and my ring are assigned to the G string and the B string. Alright, so I get that more of that clucking, spanky kind of sound if I want it. Right? I can pick with my, you know, so you start to see you can, you know, make things way more interesting. You can start adding in other chords. You know, I could have gone just down C, A minor now. That's the one at 7, 5, 5. So it's the A minor, and then I just went down to G, to the F, back up to the G, and then back up to the C. Now I'm doing C, A minor, and I went up to D minor, and that's a 10, 12, 12 of D, 10 of G and B, and then down to G. So now you're getting like a 1, 6, 2, 5. So C, A minor, D minor, and G. Okay, so now I'm getting palm muty, trying to individualize notes. Again, it gets more challenging, but so I hope you can start to see here how by taking this just with the triads, and you're moving linearly, and all the different things you can do rhythmically, and how you can make this become musical and make it something that's fun to do versus something that you look at as just like an exercise. That's what we don't want, right? We don't want to always be playing exercises. Now, real quickly, I just want you to understand that, like, if you should also know what we just played, you know, your triad shapes linearly up the neck. You should understand all your full chords. Let me just show you that real quick. So this would be C major, your open D minor. Some of you play it with your ring. I play it with my pinky at times. E minor, F, which you can do barred. You could do the bottom half of the bar, you know, this way. You can do it like this. And then we have G. And then we have A minor. And then we have the B diminished. And then we have back to C. So now just let me relate each one to each other, okay? So the first chord you learned here was C. Well, here's your C, and many of you probably know that chord, right? Well, here we have it here, just the 3 notes. And then your D minor, well, here it is here. And then then your E minor, well, if you do it here, that's just coming from the open E minor. But if you did it up here, it'd be the same thing, but it's just down here, just an octave, right? And then your F, well, that's just a part of either this, that, the G. The G is, there's your G. Some of you may know this from the E shape, G, right? Your A minor, here it is here. Here it is here, you're open. And then the B diminished. And then back to C. Okay, so I'll leave that lesson at that. Go slow with it. If you don't understand it, it's okay. Like what I was doing, just learn the shapes and listen and play and have fun with it. That's the most important thing. But eventually you'll understand everything that I was talking about. And if you have any questions, let me know. I do lessons online and in person. So I have all the details on my YouTube site and my website, steveanthus.com. And also you can check out soon bluesyguitar.com. All right, thanks so much.